with the afternoon COVID-19 response report, the afternoon edition. My name is Jessie Leonce. I'm joined in studio by my colleague Carlton Cyril. Afternoon, Carlton.
Bonjour Jessie, merci Anjay. Bon après-midi et bon après-midi tout le monde.
We hope for those of you having lunch this afternoon, we hope the lunch was good. We hope you got some time to rest in between updates here live on NTN. This afternoon, we have in studio the Acting Commissioner of Police, Milton Daisy. But before we get to him, we have with us at the desk, Corporal Anne Joseph, the Public Relations Officer of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, to bring us some information, of course, updates between the 16th of April to the 21st of April. As you would have known, there have been zoning implements, a curfew implemented here on island to ensure that persons comply with the state of emergency ordinances. So, and all in an effort to curb the COVID-19 prevalence. So, we want to welcome Miss Anne Joseph, Corporal Anne Joseph. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Leos. Good afternoon, Mr. Cyril and St. Lucia.
Thank you. You did give us an update about a week ago, roughly. 30 arrested up until that point for violating curfew. Can you speak to us about the performance, the activity of persons, the population around zoning and curfews so far?
Okay, as most of St. Lucia is already aware of, we do have 2 checkpoints along the borders, one between Canaries and Ancillary and the second between Dennery and Prale. Daily, we do check to observe the number of vehicles coming through each of these checkpoints, and we will be reporting on that today. So on the 16th of April at the Dennery checkpoint, we had about 552 vehicles heading north, and southbound 655, making it a total of 1,207 vehicles checked on that day. Out of those vehicles, 121 northbound had NEMO passes, 27 were farmers, delivery vehicles 113, others 288, and 3 turned away, which were heading north. To the south, there were 119 vehicles heading to the south with NEMO passes, farmers 42, delivery vehicles 131, others 360, and turned away 3. Now, it's important to remind all that the other vehicles included the essential services, persons heading to and from the various points across the border to work. There were also persons who live, for lack of a better term, have dual citizenship. They're living in the north of the island but actually own homes and properties in the south. All of those things were factored into those other vehicles. So just to make that clear, these 6 persons were turned away on that day, a total north and southbound. They had no valid excuse for being going across the borders. On that day, there were also 3 warnings issued in the Dennery area for breach of the curfew. 1 individual was actually arrested in Newfield, Dennery. He was caught riding his motorcycle after the 7 p.m. curfew. We had on that same day in Canaries 125 northbound vehicles and 55 southbound, and the breakdown. 12 of them with NEMO passes heading to the north, 10 south, farmers 15 heading north, 3 heading to the south. Delivery vehicles 10 to the north, 36 to the south, others 85 to the north and 5 to the south. Turned away on that day were a total of 4 vehicles. And in the Castries area, on the 17th of April, we had 1 individual arrested on Riverside Road in Castries for breach of the curfew order. We also had a total of 14 individuals arrested in the Babuno area on that day for curfew violations. In the Dennery checkpoint on the 17th, we had northbound 424 vehicles and 412 southbound vehicles. Out of them, those heading north, there were a total of 119 with NEMO passes and 123 heading south, 41 farmers northbound and southbound 27. Delivery vehicles, a total of 76 northbound and southbound 85. And the checkpoint at Dennery, they did a further breakdown of the other vehicles. They observed 44 essential services, and the essential services that they noted were actually the normal essential services, those covered under the Essential Services Act, which were the medical personnel, firemen, not including police officers, were actually protective services, so they were not factored into there. And 99 persons with IDs from the various institutions which were opened since we last were here. 44 with letters. That does suffice according to the order. There can be a letter displayed which would give that individual permission to cross the border. And 24 persons were actually allowed to pass through the border on that day for medical purposes. As you know, there are some persons who have their private doctors. There are persons who want to go to access lab services, whether it is a TAPI or OKEU. They were allowed to pass through. So we want persons to know that if you have valid medical purposes and you can substantiate your claim, you would be allowed through. And 141 others, which also included police officers. On that day, 13 vehicles were turned away at the Dennery checkpoint. In Canaries, that's the 17th of April, we had 97 northbound vehicles, and southbound we had 150 vehicles traversing that checkpoint. 13 Nemo passes, both north and south, on that they were observed at the checkpoint. And farmers, we had 6 northbound vehicles and southbound 9. Delivery vehicles, 17 both ways. And essential services, we had a breakdown. 15 persons were actually medical personnel and 46 other. We had, that's going north of the island. And for medical heading to the south, we had 5 medical personnel and 108 other essential services. So on that day, we had no persons who were not deemed essential services crossing the Canaries checkpoint. On the 18th of April, we had a total of 632 vehicles checked at the Dennery checkpoint. 167 of them had Nemo passes, 46 were farmers, and 25 were delivery vehicles. 43 vehicles with their work ID were allowed to cross on that day. Letters from their workplaces, 39. Medical reasons, we had 9 persons. And essential and other services, we had 147 essential and 156 others. Turned away on that day with 12 motor vehicles. At Canaries on the 18th, we had northbound 110 vehicles crossing and southbound 100 vehicles. Those with Nemo passes, we had 17 heading to the north and 16 to the south. Farmers, we had a total of 17 persons. All of them were heading to the north of the island. 20 delivery vehicles were observed at the checkpoint heading to the north and 24 to the south. 51 essential services were actually checked on that day, and 5 persons were allowed to pass through for medical purposes. In Babylon on the 18th, we actually had 10 individuals arrested for breach of the curfew order. On the 19th of April at the Dennery checkpoint, we had 233 persons heading to the north and 210 to the south. Nemo passes to the north, 63, farmers to the north, 17, delivery vehicles, 2. Essential services, 50, and others, 95. No vehicles heading to the north were turned away at the Dennery checkpoint. But to the south, we had 54 persons with Nemo passes crossing, 22 farming vehicles, 3 delivery vehicles, essential services, 43, and 85 others. On that day, 3 individuals were turned away. Canaries, on the 19th, we had northbound 19 vehicles and southbound 30 vehicles. Nemo passes to the north, 6, and to the south, 8. Farmers, 4 to the north and to the south, 2. We had no delivery vehicles going to the north through the Canaries checkpoint and 1 heading to the south. The other vehicles, 9 headed to the north and 19 to the south, and on that date was noted they were actually all essential services. On the 20th, we had northbound at the Dennery checkpoint, 401 vehicles checked, and to the south, 335. Out of those heading to the north, 111 actually had NEMO passes, 44 with farmers, 68 were delivery vehicles, essential services, 47, those with work ID, 35, letters from their workplaces or other authorized agencies, 9, and others, which included the persons who were visiting their homes, etc., 73. To the south, we had 103 persons with NEMO passes, 19 farmers, 71 delivery vehicles, essential services, 23, those with IDs, 28, letters of authorization, 19, and others, 61. On that day, it is important to note that 6 persons were actually turned away who were heading southbound, and 2 were turned away as they tried to head to the north of the island. On the 20th, at the Canaries checkpoint, we observed 218 vehicles being checked, 53 with NEMO passes, 19 farmers, 29 delivery vehicles, and others 124, and none were turned away on that day. The Canaries checkpoint, on the 21st, we had 217 vehicles checked. 60 had their NEMO passes, 25 were actually farmers, 41 delivery vehicles, essential services were 19 of those, work IDs 9, letters 41, medical purposes 6, and others 16. The 21st, at the Dennery checkpoint, we had a total of 596 vehicles being checked, with a breakdown of 112 with NEMO passes heading to the north, 13 farmers, 73 delivery vehicles, and others 85. And to the south, we had 115 with NEMO passes, 26 farmers, 45 delivery vehicles, and 130 other vehicles. Now, it is important to make mention that despite these checkpoints, at the various station levels, we actually had some very noteworthy successes. The police continued their regular functions, obviously, as we know, and 2 arrests were actually made in connection with firearm-related offenses during the week under review. On the 18th of April 2020, we actually had 1 individual charged. His name is Kurt Girard, and he was charged by officers attached to the Grizzly Police Station for possession of firearm and ammunition without a valid license, and this was after a search of his residence earlier that day produced a Glock 40 with 2 magazines and 6 rounds of ammunition. He is currently remanded in custody. A second male was actually arrested in the Bogus area. He was found in possession of a 9mm Taurus gun with 11 rounds of ammunition. He is currently in custody at the Babonneau Police Station, and the charges against him are pending. A third male, who was previously charged for breaching the curfew order, was actually arrested again in the Cap Estate area, this time for having broken into a motor vehicle in that area and making away with a quantity of cash and personal effects. And he is actually in custody at the Grizzly Police Station, also awaiting charges. So once these 2 other individuals have been charged, we will give you an update so that you can know what's going on. Now, just to tally up, in this last week, we've had 26 new arrests for persons violating the curfew order, and that brings our total in 2 weeks to 56 individuals having been arrested for various violations in that period.
Thank you very much for that update. Corporal Anne Joseph there giving us an update for the week 16th to the 21st of April, noting that 26 new arrests have been made by the Royal St. Lucia Police Force for various violations, primarily breaking curfew. We're going to take a look at the figures and get some analysis from the Commissioner of Police, Milton Daisy, when we come back after this break. Do stay tuned.
Coronavirus? I am worried, Gassa. It's only old people dying from that.
Hold up. Being young does not mean being safe. Yes, it's true that the elderly are at higher risk, but anyone can get the virus. The effect is even worse if you have a chronic condition like hypertension, heart disease, lung disease, and diabetes, or weakness in your immune system. If you are living with these conditions, be extra careful. Wash your hands with soap and water. Use hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol when hand washing is not possible. Avoid touching your face. Take steps to boost your immunity through proper nutrition, exercise, rest, and take your medication as prescribed. Limit being around people who have flu symptoms, even close family members.
Our health is in our hands. Together, through simple actions, we can stop the spread of coronavirus. This message was brought to you by the Bureau of Health Education of the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The Royal St. Lucia Police Force wishes to thank the individuals and institutions who have contributed towards the success of the St. Lucia Frontline Workers COVID-19 Response Telethon.
A special thank you goes out to the government of St. Lucia, the organizing committee, the donors who contributed generously towards obtaining personal protective equipment for frontline workers and sustaining the National Meals Program.
To Corporate St. Lucia, the people and friends of St. Lucia, here and abroad, who contributed financially and in kind, through well wishes, thoughts and prayers.
The Royal St. Lucia Police Force extends its gratitude for helping to keep us safe, to keep you safe.
Together let us win this war. Be a soldier for St. Lucia. Together let us win this war. St. Lucia, be a soldier. Together we can beat this corona.
Coronavirus? But children are safe, no?
Hold up. Children are actually more likely to touch all kinds of surfaces, put their hands on their mouths and their eyes, or sneeze and cough with little thought about hygiene when around others. While children have been seen to recover well from this virus, they can easily spread it to those more at risk, like the elderly or ill persons who have a weaker immune system. Teach the little ones in your care to be little powerhouses of infection prevention. Keep reminding them, wash your hands. Cover your mouth with tissue or your inner elbow when you sneeze and cough. And be sure to praise them when you see them taking these precautions.
Our health is in our hands. Together, through simple actions, we can stop the spread of coronavirus. This message was brought to you by the Bureau of Health Education of the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Thank you for staying tuned. If you're just joining us, we are live for the afternoon edition of the COVID-19 response report for today. In studio, we have the Commissioner, the Acting Commissioner of Police, Milton Daisy. We just sat down with Corporal Anne Joseph, and she provided some figures from the 16th to the 21st of April activity happening, enforcement activity, and we saw that 26 new arrests have been made for violations, primarily that of violating curfew. So we now have the Commissioner of Police sitting in with us, Milton Daisy, to give some analysis as to these figures in the last week. Good afternoon,
yes,
Mr. Daisy.
Good afternoon, Jesse. Good afternoon, Mr. Cyril, and others, listeners. Generally, good afternoon to all.
Thank you. First of all, what can you tell us? I want to touch on zoning first. What can you tell us about the traffic with zoning based on the figures that we have seen? Are there less unauthorized folks trying to cross? What are you making of the figures?
Okay, with the figures, we realize that less persons are actually crossing, even with the passes and so on. And in terms of persons trying to pass or persons seeking permission to pass, we also have realized that the numbers have lessened. And probably one thing I could say that could be a factor is that persons has realized that for you to move from one zone to another, there is that permission or pass that is needed. So I think it is going on very well, although it has been, as I said before, it is a 24-hour checkpoint. We do not break at any time, even when the curfew is on. The officers will be there checking to ensure that persons do not take advantage of the fact that there's no officer and that they could move around. I must also indicate that we get requests for emergencies, and that the officers have told them that they need to be lenient. Yes, they need to understand what the persons have presented. It's not everybody who asks to for permission to go through, they would allow them to go through, but having analyzed the situation, they would make a determination whether that person's plea is genuine or not.
Okay. The member of the opposition in the House of Assembly yesterday did indicate that he was concerned that the officers on duty at the checkpoints, and particularly at the borderlay checkpoint, did not have facilities to relieve themselves. Can you tell us what accommodations are made for these officers?
Okay, from the starting, we had to look at the logistics and then what area that the checkpoints would be and so on, just in order that we accommodate even the officers who were there. What we did, the officers has a cooler with water, they have juice and so on, so that it would keep hydrating themselves and so on. Also, what we have at least you would have at least 6 officers at the checkpoint, so, and a vehicle. So the officer who may want to relieve him or herself can make use of that vehicle to do it, because it is close to Bodley, is close to Dennery, to the station. What we have also done is to even bring it a little closer to the station now, so that it is easy access. So I don't know, and then I never received any complaint from the association, from the officers, that they were having that issue, and we realized the need for that, and then from the start these things were put in place: a vehicle with the officers and the supply of fluids. So that was being taken care of, and of course the changing of the shifts and so on. So that had been taken care of. So
overall, the implementation of zoning has become better operationalized, I should say.
Yes, because it's a learning process. As things go on, then you learn from probably mistakes that may have been before and so on. But I believe right now at the zones, the officers, they are prepared, and then they have understood the need to be there, and it is going on smoothly.
Wonderful. The curfew, I see 24 persons were arrested in Babonneau. Can you speak to, first of all, overall curfew violations this week and the enforcement of it, and whittle down to Babonneau?
Okay, various communities, although they may have similar issues, but there are some communities you would see more of something than the other. For example, in Babonneau, the officers at Babonneau may have gone on attending to persons who were out there without reason, and then that may have been one of the plan of the commander of the station. However, we try to balance it with that and prevention of crime, protecting persons' property and so on, and that is why you would see that 2 persons were arrested for breaking into a vehicle in Cap Estate area. So the police are out there. We are vigilant. We are trying as much as possible to ensure that we give total security, in as much as COVID is taking a lot of the resources. We also do not forget the criminal aspect of it, because persons may use that as an opportunity to commit crime. If you are focusing on one thing, that they may think that if you do something else, that you would not be caught. But I must commend the Grosile police again for that response, along with other teams that we had. Traffic assisted them in locating the getaway vehicle and so on. So I think it was all in all, generally, I'm very pleased that the officers are out there working hard, and then to ensure that we try to have persons maintain the safe distance and the protocols for COVID-19, and also in relation to criminal activity.
Tell us about preparations for policing in general. I know there's preparations being made for the extension of the state of emergency up to May 31st.
Yes, actually, it is a continuous thing that as the time goes by, as situations change, we adjust to suit the situation. We understand that this COVID situation would be extended and so on, and then we are prepared for it. What I could tell you is we had officers who were still on leave, and then they are coming in because their leave has been expired and so on. So we have persons that what we are doing, we are not approving any leave for officers except for emergencies. We cannot tell an officer if he has an emergency that you will not give him the time of the leave, especially when it comes to family matters. We take it that very seriously, and then we would approve leave for that. But generally, just to be on a vacation, no, it is rough times, and the officers there, and then we have no issues so far with that.
Okay. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported gladly that there were no new COVID cases for the last 10 days consecutively. And we just got word that there has been a 100% recovery rate of COVID on island. Can you speak to the significance of the enforcement efforts on the part of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force in its contribution toward this result?
Yes, indeed, because it is through, I would say, through our efforts, generally being out there and ensuring that persons maintain the safe distance, wear their masks, use sanitizers and so on, and the police. And I must say, one of the areas that we feared was at the supermarkets, when the supermarkets were open, how things were, but we ensured that we went there, spoke to the owners or managers of the supermarkets, have the lines and so on, and that is why we had police at the beginning. We had police during the time that the supermarket is opened. Some persons I know complained, but it's not, as I have previously said, it's not that we were employed by the supermarket or so, but we saw the need to prevent the spread of COVID, and that would have been an easier way for it to be spread. So we were out there doing that aspect of it.
Okay. In the week 16th to 21st April, we see 26 more arrests under the partial shutdown here in St. Lucia, all in an effort to discourage a part of enforcement efforts right now on island as to reduce the spread of COVID-19 in the country. And now hand over to Carlton, who will engage the Acting Commissioner of Police on some of the discourse this afternoon.
Merci tellement, Jesse. Moi dis bon après-midi Saint-Lucie, bon après-midi pour vous qui écoutez nous sur internet, Facebook, YouTube, et bien sur KV nous sur télévision. Nous ici à la coutume headquarters COVID-19, ça c'est côté nous about toute information développement qui a fait là ni pour faire puis événement COVID là. Nous bon matin présentons et puis information qui ni pour faire puis parlement et puis bonne nouvelle nous ni pour dire pour à présent là vini pour cas date que nous ni 10 jours doit nous pas joindre pièce cas dit vermine COVID quoi. Ça c'est bonne information tout bonnement. Et à part de ça 15 personnes nous teni qui testé positive pour affaires COVID là. Nous apprendre dernier dia nous teni isolation information nous date qui test surveillé négatif quoi yo kayo pour à présent 100% nous ne pour dire nous pas ni pièce cadi COVID à présent et il était bien frémissant pour moi dit département santé j'ai fait nous ça aussi yo ka tester moun toujours yo ka une assistance l'autre pays et yo ka fait ici à quoi ça pas veut dire toute bagaille vie normal pour la peine ça y a ben nous jidek ka di nous ni pour continuer faire ça nous ka faire qui c'est laver la main chaîne distance là 6 pieds hot moun faire assis bon wete kayou c'est ça qui plus important comme moi même toujours ka di vermina pas ka marcher c'est moun qui ka marcher quand nous parler de ça ou ka ça vient dans ces bagaille là qui a mis en place les vini pour protocole c'est excusez-moi il y en a pas mis ces bagaille là c'est curfew et puis des bonnes nous yon bon bon side tikaila qui ka arrivé pour nord là ka arrivé bordelé et nous dans l'autre même tikaï qui après Canawi descend en sud là pour arriver là en pralin ici et puis nous ni département police qui a représenté par un homme qui a position acting police commissioner monsieur Milton Desi et puis et PRO et puis madame qui responsable pour bail information qui a sorti hot département nous ni Maze Anne Joseph Maze Anne Joseph bon nous c'est limoa combien ça fait comment bien dit l'année police en ces bawad là quand là où kay vle quitter sud allant nord et ben l'autre manière quitter nord là allant sud là ou kay bien ça vous kay approcher en bawad yon manière ben l'autre qui est passage tikay et ben qui ou ka monter par denui et puis dernière fois yo ici yo te ban nous c'est limoa qui manière bagay ka marché et puis hodi a pas pièce différence information qui ni jodia qui ka présenté ban nous avec nous ka ba oui là ni pour faire et puis date là les 16 pour les 21 avril c'est moi ça puis là les 16 pour machine qui a quitté yo examiner denui ça c'est machine qui a aller direction nord là la teni à peu près 550 D en tout 550 D à sous date ça c'est les 16 ou quand ils savent 120 ces machines ça yo qui t'est passé c'est parce que yo teni passe 27 ans d'ailleurs c'était pharma en 113 ans c'est moun ça t'es qu'à délivrer marchandise et ben l'autre produit et puis la teni l'autre machine descend 488 il est important pour vous savoir là nous dit les autres machines nous qu'a observé descend 88 là nous dit l'autre machine ça yo ka parler dit ça c'est machine avec moun qui n'y a état de secours en moun ka ouais docteur en moun qui ka wete kastui et mais ka travailler pour moun qui ni let moun qui ni situation quoi yo fait ça bien clair ben nous et puis yo dans ces bagaille là avant moi parler monsieur Desi yo fait bien clair il a dit ces polices là pour servir conscience et puis examiner chaque cas avec point chance pour faire ça parce que en même là yo voulait faire assurer toute bagaille douette yo pas vle moun fait comme si yo pas mêlé quoi commissionnaire a fait ça bien clair il a demandé ces polices là qui en ces bawad là fait assurer yo servi conscience quoi sou kay mandé question qui manière à sous date ça les 16 comme là maintenant 288 machines te ka en direction nord encore nous ka dit moun qui peut-être ni apprêtement docteur yo moun qui ni lettre pour y faire un manager qui travaille dans banque qui a été vieux formé ici manager ville c'est cas ça n'a continuer allez même date ça les 16 ou quand ils savent nous un rapport date qui Chevron Emmanuel devait quoi arrêté parce que il même il était conduit un motorbike il était conduit un motorbike ça c'est un wet dennery il casse curfew quand il trouvait quoi arrêté en les dates ça les 16 Canawi ou quand ils savent machine excusez-moi bon moi examiner machine qui était calé en sud là là il venu pour bonne dennery la tennis 655 machines qui étaient calées en sud là et en direction sud en tout yo teni 1207 ça c'est calé nord et sud sud 119 anciennes machines ça teni passe nimo 42 c'était pharma en 131 c'était machine qui a fait délivrer marchandises et nous teni 360 machines encore ça c'est moun qui teni l'autre travail l'autre bagaille qu'a fait yo tourné 3 machines vieilles parce que explanation yo exagéré qu'a faire police là parti ouais ça c'était en raison pour yo aller là nous avait bon side Canaria machine qui était calé en nord là nous teni 125 12 ans c'est moun ça teni passe nimo 15 femmes 10 te ka délivrer a fait délivrer yo et nous teni 85 l'autre machine yo ba nous pli et détail mais parmi ça moi quoi qui bien important pour nous ça moi k'arrivé qu'on li 17 là vini pour Kasui ça qui fait Kasui c'est date que police a arrêté un jeune homme Cassius Marius Riverside Road, chimé rivière là en ville pour curfew, il casse curfew quand il trouve quoi arrêté. Yon qui a intéressé c'est là venu pour les 17 en Babouno, 14 moun trouve quoi arrêté pour casser curfew. Bon encore commissionnaire a ba explanation pour ça. Il dit yon dans ces bagages là ils savent qui manière dit qui manière Babouno ni quand moun yo trouve arrêté. Il dit changer police ka travaille toujours. Moun ka kouye yo ni pour aimer yo même ni pour passer et faire assurer toute bagaille en ordre quand délai police là qui dit fait l'idée pour aller ouais ça qui a fait là c'est l'air délai qu'a joindre puis c'est moun ça quand on ouais là Babouno les 17 mois ça yo a été 14 moun pour ka casser curfew nous ni c'est limoa pas de temps calé nous ka ba ou pli comme bien dit moi ka ba ou ça moi qui est important pour ça date qui c'est police n'a ka fait travail et puis bon nan qu'on nous bien dit c'est faux ou ni document sous ka passer ben sous c'est yon qui ni passe ni mot et ben let tout et ben yon manière pour identifier quoi sous ka quitter yon bon pour aller en l'autre bail qui ka bien intéressé pour ou pesav en ve date li 18 les 18 10 moun trouvé koyo arrêté Babouno encore 10 moun so ça a mené en tout 24 moun qui trouvé koyo arrêté là venu pour bonne dernière les 18 la teni 632 machines qui viennent bonne yon 167 ans c'est moun ça teni passe nimo 46 ans c'est moun ça c'est femme 25 te ka fait délivrer yo et puis yo tourné 12 machines vieux c'est moun ça pas tenir bonne explanation ko yo ka aller moi kay continuer vite parce que c'est un chay information mais au kay ouais quand nous ka une information c'est pour mouche nous c'est police là qui fait ça yo ka faire et puis ça qui mettait en place nous voulons changer aussi raison pour ces bonnes et puis pour zone c'est pour empêcher moun en traverser pour pièce raison pour nous ça contrôler 20 000 ça empêcher si mais G là moi kay point date les 21 là en dernier nous ka venir pour bonne machine qui était aller nord nous teni 283 machines. Parmi eux, en 112, c'était passe nimo, 13 c'était fama, 73 teni en ces machines ça a été fait délivrer et puis nous ni 85 excusez-moi c'était à sur l'autre business qui teni pour y faire en sud là aussi nous un autre là qui a dit là vini pour la bonne dernier nous ni anti et ka di date qui la teni moins machine ka voyager c'est police aussi ka vini de nous ici là vini pour information yo ka travaille toujours rapport a pas dit c'est bon avec ça qui ka fait ou ka ils savent là vini pour matière physique et puis moun qui ka cassé curfew yo ni rapport ça quand les 18 yon jeune homme qui allait pas non Kurt Gerard il trouvait quoi yo porté plainte contre lui pour possession yon fusil 40 et puis des magasins ammunition était ni 6 ammunition 6 balles quand là yoni custody suite sous fusil toujours nous ni yon jeune homme Hod Bogis nom ça yo henni pas fusil 9 mm et puis teni ammunition il teni 11 balles et puis quand yoni en police station Babouno en troisième nom wet capestet là yo te ha porter plainte contre lui pour ça fait casser curfew yo vie arrêté pour casser machine en moun et puis l'argent te perd et puis moun nan teni yon 2 3 en bien qui aussi trouvé koy perd yoni la gozile Quoi, messieurs, dames, c'est police là, qu'à travail, information là, comme on dit, ici, chaque information, nous caïba oui, mais moi, on est comme voulez causer, et puis, commissionnaire Milton Désir, bienvenue encore, nous avons Yoni, ces police là sous pied, yo police là qui a fait travail avec nous apprécier ça. Ça qui bien, ça moi bien accepté, moi content pour ça. Nous avons une information, quand un monde savent ça calé. Premier pas moi juste voulais dire, là il vient pour manière bagaille qui marcher, qui manière ou même senti bagaille parce que nous savons commencement. Nous porter ça qu'a fait, bagaille te mettre en place, mais à présent bon là commencer à rouler. Qui manière satisfait manière travail police calé et puis expressement qu'on est pour faire en temps nous hier.
Oui, comme moi t'ai dit l'anglais moi satisfait puis manière police qu'a fait travail là en les chimé. Moi qu'a aussi dit en chai en ces moun là à présent yo a comprendre système là et puis yo ka obéi loi mais la style ni yon de qui pas kay vle obéi mais pour ces yon de ya nous ka arrêter si yo joine et puis c'est les mots à nous bail là c'est pas seulement c'est mon police ka ça nous kay couiller du bout et puis parler et puis police ka won moun di kay fait yo aller home yo si yo pas ni si yo pas ni rien ka faire but c'est dernier c'est ça nous arrêté c'est ça nous a couillé c'est last resort so yo te ha won avant yo te ha du rester en dedans then nous ka venir nous ka arrêter problème là c'est police pas nous pas là pour juste arrêter moun c'est pas ça nous voulait faire mais plus oui ça nous really voulait ouais c'est that covid là il pas spread bon oui plus moun qui en là oui c'est plus aisé il kay spread ou pas ça pas matcher qu'on nous dit pas matcher en fait j'ai personne so pas ça qui moun qui né qui moun qui pas né so rester en dedans rester la caillou then il a empêché covid la spread moi bien content rapport CMO oui parce que en 10 jours nous pouvons joindre pièce qui est positive so ça c'est bon pour longtemps mais est-ce qu'il y a resté comme ça nous ni pour faire ça nous supposé faire pas aller dehors si ou pas ni l'occasion pour aller dehors et puis premier ministre toujours a dit c'est il était ouvert pays pour mon aller acheter manger pour manger aussi là ni certains bagages ou kay briser qui sonner en bas emergency ou voulez manger en citerne ou voulez manger en bas électrique en place ou bagages comme ça so moi bien plaît et puis ça qui aller also moi il paraît qu'il fait moins bien si moi pas mentionner ces police là oui qui là yo comme moi toujours a dit yo là yo ka fait travail yo ka ouais fait qui toute bagaille aller douette et puis yo là yo c'est ça nous a créé commandeur ka encourager yo et puis yo là so nous ka ouais nous ka voulait protéger ces monde ça là et puis c'est équipement pour faire ça nous ni yo nous ni masque là pour yo et puis nous savons masque délai est difficile pour joindre ni même si délai au péni l'argent pour gagner mais difficile so ça nous a fait tailler nous qui a fait uniforme ben nous yo a fait masque et puis pour à présent moi ça do peut-être nous jamais masque pour chaque police joignon oui c'est masque ça servi et puis vie la veille so nous also ni c'est ça ou ka gain un magasin so nous voulons make sure si nous veille police là dehors yo ni c'est bagay là pour travail hand sanitizers nous ni ça nous ni gloves so ça moi kay fait encore c'est encourager police de les monde kay couiller dire moi police là dehors il pas ni masque mais il pas mettre so moi encourager moun mettre parce que c'est ça nous encourager même public fait parce que sous pas fait chaque monde pas ça avec ma que nous arrêter personne pour pas mettre un masque mais ou ça joindre arrêter pour ça et puis condamner $1,000 et ben 6 mois l'argent les ben tous les deux si l'on manière l'audience aller so moi que encourager moun pour servir masque yo, servir safe distance là aller en côté ces supermarket là, c'est côté ces business là qui déjà ouvert, toujours changer safe distance là ni moun qui pas yo pas mêlé yo quoi ça va tomber en l'air moi mais il va tomber en l'air n'importe monde il pas ni gens so moi encourager moun pour faire ça yo vle nous ka wè limo c'est moun nan nous ka arrêter à monter so nous pas vle c'est pas ça nous vle nous vle plus moun obéir c'est loi et puis écouter c'est commandement yo ka joindre.
Vitement, moi je veux parler un petit peu sur moi tant plus bon ya mademoiselle Jessie te commandé là il vient pour ces officiers ou là que man yo ka trouver quand yo tweeté là il vient pour condition en bonne on parler un petit peu là ça qui manière yo ka travail qui manière yo ka trouver quand yo replacer qui manière bagay là qui ça qui a mettre en place ba yo qui manière y assez bonne.
Oui, assez bonne nous bail tous les deux bonal yoni en coula et puis coula ça ka ni boyo ça c'est de l'eau et puis juice so si yo soif yo ça on a bagay yo pas pour quitter aller mais délai yo ka briser because ni homme ni femme de yo ka briser servir pour vite right so nous ni une machine c'est ça machine là il ça mener moun qui veut aller et puis là pas tous les deux côtés après en station so you just aller et puis vier et puis pour faire ça possible tout nous ni presque toutes les nous ni at least en 6 moun oui at least en 6 moun là so si dès quitter nous still ni 4 moun là still ni 4 moun so in as much as les nous te commencer nous in terms of pour vite nous pas tenir because l'année d'autres logistique qui involve mettre un pour vite là but nous ni access pour aller pour vite si on est pour aller.
Ok, merci Anchaï pour ça. Et puis, généralement, moi, je vais vous parler de qui manière COVID-19 affecté l'opération police. À part de COVID-19 qui nous savent qu'à plein la main département à présent, est-ce que qui manière on a comporté cohorte là venu pour l'autre cas parce que nous savons police ni l'autre avec nous a bien ouais à part de COVID-19 cas travail toujours. C'est qui manière il a affecté qui ça qui a mis en place. Comment ça veut nous dire parler de bagaille à présent qu'a fait à sous téléphone pour chain distance là et puis c'est bagaille ça là venu pour machine ticket trafic c'est bagaille ça.
Oui, tout ça a continué parce que nous pas ça quitter chimère et bien kaimoun sans police. So nous ni pour faire travail garder qui moun obéir loi yo mettre pour Covid et puis loi pays même nous ni pour faire un balance et puis c'est pour ça là au cas rapport au cas côté moun toi puis arrêté pour Covid là et là moun qui a pour l'autre crime so il nous a try nous a aménager et puis nous a fait bagay marcher et puis encore moi oui merci c'est pas moi qui fait tout bail fait it's true so pas mis un bon sous pas un bon support ou pas kay fait mais ça dit c'est police là yo là et puis toujours yo ka faire ça yo ni pour faire.
OK. Eh bien, là on est, messieurs, dames, on a parlé Milton Daisy, qui c'est chef police à présent. Ou quand ils savent, messieurs, dames, en tout ça qui a l'air, il y a ces bagailles là qui ou quand nous a répété ici. Qui moi qui Jesse et qui commissionnaire corporal en position là. Bagaille là c'est ça. Tout ça nous a fait c'est parce que nous dans état de secours qui voulait dire pays en trouvé comme dans position côté vermine ça a affecté toute bagaille tout partout rond la terre bagaille qui en place c'est pour ça il y a ces conversations moi bien content avec nous attendre souvent vermine n'a pas nan fidjay et pas have commune qui ning yon manière pour nous agir et puis yon manière pour nous doubout li ka si mais c'est pour nous wete kay nous. En parmi l'autre bagaille c'est la ville mon wete hod moun mette masse et quand on a répété ça c'est as a résultat de parlement ou qu'ils savent c'est ou ka fait offense ou pas ni masse en public sous pas kadou bout distance 6 pieds à dans monde tout ça c'est une offense ça c'est loi pays quoi messieurs dames nous ka disons pas ka payer tête nous ka ba information combien temps police là ka dit bagay ka marcher manière ici posé il pas ka dit tout bagay pas ou fait mais il ka dit il ka tirer chapeau ba c'est nom police là il ka travaille bien yo là et dans ces bagay là bien content pour dire c'est date qui yo ja joindre masse ba yo il ça dit à présent chaque police ça ni à peu près chaque police ça ni en masse jodia quoi ça c'est une nouvelle là messieurs dames là pour faire puis police comme bien d'où nous ici à moi Jesse ici à ces headquarters vermin COVID-19 information qu'on nous henni qu'on nous ni rapport nous ka baoui nous ka quoi ou ka payer attention et ou ka suivre gide là il vini pour information nous ka baoui Jesse.
Thank you very much for that, Carlton. Update from the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, 26 more arrests made under the partial scale down on island between the 16th to the 21st of April. And that brings the total number of arrests associated to this partial scale down to 56 arrests and charges laid during this time. We'd like to thank you so much for joining and watching this afternoon's live broadcast. It's all the time we have for now. We continue to encourage you to proceed cautiously as we continue to fight against, as we continue efforts against COVID-19. Do stay tuned for more programming coming up on NTN. This has been the afternoon edition of the COVID-19 Response Report. My name is Jessie Leon signing off for now, and on behalf of the entire production team and Carlton Cyril, we do say have a good afternoon. Just to let you know before we leave, a 100% recovery rate in St. Lucia right now. The enviable position we're in. St. Lucia is very fortunate. We do not have any active COVID-19 cases right now on island that's registered. We do have some cases from mass testing conducted over the weekend that's pending, and hopefully it comes back just as fortuitous. So do stay tuned for any updates that come out of that, but 100% recovery rate on island, and 10 consecutive days we've not had any cases of COVID-19 since the 10th of April. So that is good news as well. Do enjoy the rest of your afternoon with this good news. Bye-bye.
The Royal St. Lucia Police Force wishes to thank the individuals and institutions who have contributed towards the success of the St. Lucia Frontline Workers COVID-19 Response Telethon.
A special thank you goes out to the government of St. Lucia, the organizing committee, the donors who contributed generously towards obtaining personal protective equipment for frontline workers and sustaining the National Meals Program.
To Corporate St. Lucia, the people and friends of St. Lucia, here and abroad, who contributed financially and in kind through well wishes, thoughts and prayers.
The Royal St. Lucia Police Force extends its gratitude for helping to keep us safe, to keep you safe.
Together let us win this war. Be a soldier for St. Lucia. Together let us win this war. St. Lucia be a soldier. Together we can beat this corona.